Hi, Sonny here. We're going to cover a song called Ashes in the Sky or Shadow of War by Loudness. We're covering the tapping intro. So we'll break it down in sections. So the first section, we're going to go over it first and we'll talk about the next section. All right, so that's the first section, or two sections, actually. So it's really easier than you think by looking at the hands upside down on the left hand. What I'm doing is I'm using my pinky slightly barring on the string behind the tapping note. So the flash of my pinky is touching the string barely. So I'm deadening all the strings so you won't hear, you're not supposed to hear all the sounds coming out of all the strings when you're tapping. So kind of give it a clean sound. I'm only using a clean channel. I'm not using any delay at all, like the recording. So everything just clean from the guitar directly into the amp in the clean channel. So what you do is you use a pinky. You kind of hold your neck with your hand like this, upside down with your left hand. Pinky barely touching the string, barring on the string, and you tap it with your index finger on the 8th fret of your E string. Always go back to the E string. On the right hand, what we're tapping here, we're tapping the 12th fret of your E, 12th fret of your B, 10th fret of your B, and 10th fret of your G. All right. So the first part goes like this. All right. And slow down as 12. Again, every time you tap a note on the right hand, always tap the 8th note on the E string on the left hand. You can practice first with doing the 8th, just doing that, so you get comfortable with your hand, with your pinky over all the string. And I can also use my right hand. I use my right hand as well, my flat bottom of my palm, the flash, muting the strings on top, because we only tap in the top strings. So the low string we just kind of mute it with the palm of your hand right here. So the notes on the right hand is 12th fret, 12th fret of your B, 12th fret of your high E string, 12th fret of your B, 10th fret of your B, 10th fret of your G. Every time you tap those notes, you go back to the 8th fret. So it goes like this: 12th fret of your E, 8th fret of your E, 12th fret of your B, 8th fret of your E, 10th fret of your B, 8th fret of your E, 10th fret of your G, 8th fret of your E, 10th fret of your B, 8th fret of your E, 10th fret on the G again, 8th. So you do that 3 times. You do the 12th fret first, and then you do the 10th fret of B string and 10th fret of the G string. You do that 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So the whole thing goes like this again. 1, 2, 3. That's one section. All right. The second section is 12th fret of your. Again, you're still tapping on the 8th fret of your little high E string with your index finger. Your left hand, your right hand, is 12th fret of your E, 12th fret of your B, and 12th fret of your G. Okay, the pattern goes like this. All right, so 12th fret of your E, back to 8th, 12th fret of your B, and then you do a 12th fret of your G, 12th fret of your B again, 12th fret of your G, 12th fret of your B, 12th fret of your G, 12th fret of your B. So it goes like this 3 times. So you start from the 12th fret of your 12th fret of your G, E, and you do this 1, 2, 3. All right. All right. All right. So that's the 2 section so far. Third section. That's when you got to move your left hand down a little bit, and then you tap 5th fret of your B string with your index finger on the left hand, you always pivot back to the 5th fret over here on the left hand. On the right hand, the notes changes. The notes are 10th fret of your B, 10th fret of your G, 9th fret of your G, 7th fret of your G. Alright, so the notes that goes like this on the right hand. Alright, 10th fret of your B, 10th fret of your G, 9 of your G, 7 of your G. One more time. 7, 9 again, 7. And then every time you tap those notes, you go back to the 5th fret of your B string. Alright. So that's the third section. You play that twice. Every section you play twice before you move on to the next section. So we covered 3 sections so far. 4th section, you move your left hand again. This time stay on the 5th fret, but you play the G on the G string. 5th fret on the G string. You always go back to the G string, 5th fret on the left hand on this section. Right hand, your notes are 9th fret G, 9th fret D, 7th fret D, 8th fret A. So again, it goes always go back to the this note right here. So the pattern goes like this. 9th fret of your G, 9th fret of your D, 7 D, 8 D. Do that 2 more times. 7 D, 8 D. One more time. 7 D, 8 on the A. Sorry. So again, 9 G, 9 D, 7 D, 8 A, 7 D, 8 A, 7 D, 8 A again. Alright, the next part is exact same pattern on the right hand. The only note difference is on the left hand, you move down 1 fret to the 4th fret of your G. Same pattern. Again, and it goes to the rhythm. To the rhythm part. So, but that's the tapping part. You can play slowly from the beginning, so you can get the note. Section 3. Section 4. Section 5. Again, once you get that down to speed, I would practice slowly, and when you pick up speed, you can do. Alright, so that's the tapping part to the intro to Shadow of War. This is the Japanese title, and the US title is called Ashes in the Sky.